Hey Block, it's Miss Reese here. I didn't want you guys to miss out on the lesson just because I wasn't going to be here, so I'm here virtually. Hopefully this will kind of help you with your assignment for today. And if you still have questions, feel free to see me on Friday when I'm back, either during your study hall or email me if you want to meet for lunch and things like that. So we do have about a lesson and a half to get through because I didn't finish. But the first part of this is going to be about functional notation. Notation is just the way we write stuff. So like scientific notation is a way that we write big numbers to be smaller or really small numbers to be easier to write. So again, notation is just the way we write things. So this actually here is considered XY notation. Let's see, XY notation. I guess I don't need to make it capital. So let's go ahead and put that right under there. That would be XY notation. That's the way that you're normally used to seeing it, but now we're going to change over to what we call function notation. Now I know that this kind of looks like we want to say this is multiplication right here because of the parentheses, but this is really just a symbol. And we actually say f of x, not f times x. So again, that's more of a symbol rather than an operation. So this is f of x. And so instead of writing y, right, we're writing what we call functional notation f of x, which basically says the output once you substitute in the x value. So again, there's that output and input again. So y equals 2x plus 7 in xy notation becomes f of x equals 2x plus 7. So again, hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So x we call the input and f of x is considered the output, just like x was the input and y was the output. Again, y is equal to f of x. F of x is just a fancy way of writing y. So we use f of x a lot to what we call evaluate functions. You do this a lot, but you call it substitution. Usually we say let x equal this and y equal that. But in this case, we're going to say f of x is equal to 2x plus 7. Find f of 3. So I'm going to use my pen here. I'm not sure if it's going to work because I am using the mouse to write, but bear with me. So f of negative 3, whoa, this isn't going to work, is it? Is equal to, I guess I have to just take my finger off the mouse there. So instead of 2 times x, we're going to write 2 times negative 3 plus 7. I'm sure you guys are making fun of me right now, and that's okay. I'll get you back the next time I see you. So 2 times negative 3 gives us negative 6. And then negative 6 plus 7 gives us positive 1. So what that means is our input was negative 3, and our output was 1. So f of negative 3, and I'm just going to come over here just because I'm running out of room, f of negative 3, oh, I'm getting better, is equal to 1. So again, this is 1 is your output when negative 3 is being inputted. So that's our input output. So the corresponding coordinate would be negative 3, comma 1. So lots of different ways to describe this. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. It's really just substitution. You've done it a million times before, so it shouldn't be anything too new. But hopefully you guys can see how it's related to when it's x and y, except now we're just writing it a little fancier. The dreaded word problems. So let's clear my screen here and scroll up. Here we go, here we go. Oh, I got a little screen hider there. Here we go. So we use functions to tell us about relationships between values. For instance, let's say your cell phone plan charges you 15 cents per megabyte of data used. So we can write the function for the cost in terms of the amount of data used. We would say C of M is equal to 0.15 M, where M is our megabytes used and C of M is our cost. So if I wanted to know how much 1 megabyte would cost me, I would substitute in C of 1 equals 0.15 times 1 equals 15 cents. So 1 megabyte relates to 15 extra cents. Let's go ahead and do the other two, C of 20. Feel free to do this faster and on your own. We're just going to substitute, instead of 1 now, we're substituting in 20 because we want to find out how much 20 megabytes of data is going to cost. When you do your calculations, hopefully you will get that we are going to spend, let's see where my calculator is. Oh, I should bring my fancy calculator out for you guys to see. Is equal to 3. That means for 20 megabytes of data, it's going to cost me $3 extra. Well, that doesn't sound so bad. But most of us know you're going to use way more than 20, so let's check out how much 100 is going to cost. And I don't need my handy dandy calculator for this one because I know that 0.15 times 100 is just moving my decimal place twice to 15. So that means at 100, sorry again for the messy handwriting, but hopefully you guys are doing this along with me and not just sitting there talking. 100, and then I said 15. So I just wanted you guys to kind of make sure that you understood the process of evaluating functions and function notation, because you are going to be working on the first homework assignment that I did not give you, which talks about finding the domain and the range, as well as using your vertical line test to determine whether it's a function or not. And then here, down here, you see there's that substitution, f of -7, you're replacing x with -7. But here, which we didn't show an example of, here is saying g of x is equal to 16. So this is really saying to replace this whole quantity, not just x, but that whole quantity. So you're going to be working in a different manner. So make sure that you read each question. You guys can work together. I don't mind as long as you guys understand. Here for number 14, it's asking you to substitute -12, -4, 3, and 20. And so there's 4 boxes there for each of the 4 substitutions. And if the ordered pair 4, 8 belongs to a function g, then how would you set it up? So would it look like this, or where would the numbers be? So that's what I'm asking you to do there. For this, they give you the function, and they're asking you to find s of 4. What does it mean? They're asking you to find s of t equals 23. What does it mean? And then again, applying your knowledge using a word problem. So that's part of your assignment for today. We'll probably give you about 20 minutes in class to work on that before the next video. So thanks guys, and please be good, and I will see you Monday.